Tonight, we're jumping back into the dark side of TikTok, and what I found will haunt you forever. Welcome back, Famity. Before the video starts, I just want to thank all my channel members for the support. We're pretty much almost 1,000 off of 100K, which is absolutely insane to say. We have a couple days left in December. We might hit it before or a little bit after, but somewhere in the next 2 weeks, we're about to hit that 100K mark. So if you're seeing this, hopefully by the end of this video, I earn your subscription. Let's go.
Most people think that Subway is healthier than other fast food joints. Little do they know just how processed everything is. This bread is not real bread. Real bread is like 3 or 4 ingredients max. If you look at the ingredient list on this bread, it's in the 20s to 30s. And remember, Subway got roasted for having a chemical in their bread. That's the same chemical that they put into yoga mats to make it squishy. So they didn't go to, let's make good bread. Let's find a way we can put a petrochemical in the bread to make it as squishy as a freaking yoga mat is. Every single sauce there, poison. I know when I was working at McDonald's, we didn't slice up red onion to put on the Angus burger. They came pre-sliced in a little plastic bag, like 3 of them. So per Angus burger, there's a little plastic bag, you open it up, it's probably modified atmospheric packaging where they put like a gas in the plastic bag to preserve the food, which by the way is a preservation method that is banned in Europe. Subway is poison. All fast food chains are poison unless there's a new one I've never heard of that is organic, no plastics, no BPAs, no seed oils, no pesticides. But to my knowledge, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I feel like we already knew that. Like a lot of these places that we go, like McDonald's, Subway, like they seem healthy, even Chipotle, but in reality, they're absolutely terrible. If you guys want genuinely healthy food, like even sometimes grocery stores, if it's not organic, could be iffy. But if you want healthier food, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, just cook the meals at home. Just cook the meals at the crib.
Probably never hear that someone managed to kill Putin, the president of Russia, and that's because his car is loaded with 5 insane security features. First, Putin travels in the Oris Senate, and over $183 million worth of security upgrades have been added to this car. If someone plants a bomb on his route, the car's ECS system will detect and defuse it before it can even explode. Second, even if someone fires a shot at the car's windows using one of the world's most dangerous sniper rifles, the bullet won't penetrate. The glass is so heavily armored that the bullet will simply shatter on impact. Third, Putin's convoy includes his main car, around 20 escort vehicles, and 2 massive trucks. If someone tries to block his route, those trucks will simply plow through anything that comes in the way. Fourth, if someone tries to chase the convoy, all the vehicles can instantly release thick smoke, making Putin's car completely invisible within seconds. Fifth, and if someone tries to launch a missile at his car, the escort vehicle behind him is equipped with an anti-missile system that can shoot down the...
Nah, that boy Putin is definitely like armored up, but I'm thinking like, what if Trump just drops a nuke on his shit? Like, what is he gonna do? Yeah, they could try to shoot it down, but realistically, you know what I'm saying? We got so many nukes, all of them would just go off at once and it's over.
We're all familiar with what the flu is, but have you heard about the brand new strain called the super flu? You heard what I said, super flu. And according to many reports, extra mutated super flu sweeps through Britain and other countries and even the United States, where some experts are even suggesting that people wear masks once again, with both doctors and scientists claiming that this flu strain has been spreading even faster in 2025 than it has in any other year. The one thing that they're claiming with this super flu is the fact that normally people get the flu on a yearly basis. We all know that. But their claims are that people are getting it repeatedly more than once and are getting even sicker, and it's lasting even longer. Some have even posted natural remedies to help if you get this influenza super flu. I'll step out of the way so you can pause, even screenshot it, just in case you have this. According to experts in the UK, this strain of the flu was so severe that it set record levels for people being hospitalized to deal with it. The super flu spike is currently making the rounds across the US. And this super flu variant has also prompted the World Health Organization to put out a potential pandemic alert. So keep it in the back of your mind as always. If you're sick, stay home. Don't go out and don't spread it amongst others. It's that simple. And let me know your thoughts in the comments as to what you think about the super flu strain that's currently making the rounds all across the United States. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I've actually seen a lot of people around me that got the super flu. Gladly, I didn't get it. But yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta just be extra careful. It's kind of like Corona Part 2 in a way.
Oh my God, parece playa. Mira las olas. Válgame Dios. Wow.
Last week's stream, we actually took a look at this dude named Ibu Noah that said that it was supposed to flood on Christmas. So I guess it flooded in California. I guess he was just in the wrong part of the world, because it did flood apparently, just not in South Africa.
So I work security at this construction site, right? We got all the trucks. We got these rail things right here. There you go. One of these. These things are heavy. Like, you gotta really push it to move it. Just a little backstory. It was a construction worker that he needed help pushing one of these. He says a guy came up to him, another worker, and he says, I got you. Just guide me and I'll push it for you. So I said, okay, cool. So he was guiding him. He kept telling him, back it up, back it up, back it up. And he was pushing it. When they were done, he went around the reel to tell him thank you. And he says that he was gone. And we went to the office and they were looking at the old, like, memorial photos of people that worked here before. And he says he recognized the guy that helped him. Turns out that guy has been dead since 2015, pretty much 8 years ago. That gave goosebumps to all of us. Yeah, we got that on video, so check it out.
It's always crazy to me that whenever we see ghost videos like this, you can never ever see the ghost or the spirit in the footage, like the camera footage. Like probably that guy probably saw him in real life, but on camera it looks like nothing was pushing it. Isn't that crazy?
There's a rule some night shift nurses whisper about. If a patient sits up in the bed, looks straight at you, and says your name before ever introducing yourself, you leave the room. Not call for help, not ask questions. You leave, because that patient isn't talking to you. In 2018, a nurse in Ohio broke that rule. She was 3 weeks into overnight's ICU floor, short-staffed. Around 2:40 a.m., a man in room 317 sat upright. No monitors triggered, no movement logged. She stepped in and said his chart name. He smiled and said hers, first and last. She froze, asked how he knew it. He tilted his head and said, "You've been standing here before." She laughed it off, new nurse's nerves. Then said, "Not like this," before the badge. She noticed something wrong with his face. Not deformed, lagging, like his expressions were a second late. She backed toward the door. He reached out and grabbed her wrist. His hands were ice cold. He whispered, "You weren't supposed to wake me up yet." She screamed. Staff rushed in. The man was flatlined. Time of death, 2:12 a.m., 30 minutes before he spoke. Security footage shows her entering the room alone, standing still, not moving for 6 full minutes. Then she runs out screaming. She quits 2 days later. Months after that, she told someone what still keeps her awake. When a man said her name, he didn't say like someone calling her. He said like someone recognizing her, like they met somewhere else, somewhere she doesn't remember going. And sometimes when she's asleep or half asleep, she hears the monitors beeping again, and the voice saying, "You're back early."
If your gas pedal gets stuck on the floor, the first thing most people do is turn off their car. But that will only lock the steering and brakes, causing your wheels to lock up and resulting in a crash. Instead, you should shift into neutral while taking your foot off the gas and applying some brake pressure, slowing down until you get to a complete safe stop where you can then get the pedal unstuck.
Breaking news. Scientists have identified a huge new side effect of the COVID vaccine. It was published just yesterday in Nature, one of science's leading journals, and it shocked even the scientists who were researching it. So as a scientist, I thought I would explain. The COVID vaccine works by containing a code, and that code is called mRNA, and this code acts as an instruction manual for our body to read and make a protein. The machine that reads the instruction manual in your cells is called the ribosome, and so when you get the vaccine, you get loads of instruction manuals, and therefore your cells produce loads of protein. The instruction manual given to you is for a protein called the spike protein, and this spike protein exists on the surface of the COVID virus. Your immune system then recognizes this protein as foreign and attacks this spike protein using antibodies and other types of immune cells that act as soldiers to protect against viruses. And then when you actually get COVID, your body recognizes the spike protein on the surface of the COVID virus, recognizes COVID as a foreign invader and attacks and kills it. So what did the scientists find was the side effect of the COVID vaccine? They found that the COVID vaccine activated the immune system. In fact, it activated the immune system so much that it enhanced cancer patients' ability to fight off cancer. You see, one of the main types of cancer treatment is called immunotherapy, and this type of therapy helps your own immune cells identify and kill cancer cells. Scientists identified that when cancer patients had certain types of immunotherapy alongside a COVID vaccine, it enhanced their immune system's ability to detect and fight cancer cells. One example being, for those with a specific type of lung cancer, their survival rate doubled when they underwent immunotherapy at the same time as having a COVID vaccine. Scientists identified that having the COVID vaccine closest to the time of starting their immunotherapy resulted in the strongest immune response to help them fight the cancer. Now, whilst it's unlikely doctors are going to start prescribing COVID vaccines as a joint treatment for cancer, it does demonstrate there are clear ways in which we can enhance our own immune system to help us fight and detect cancer.
This is the true story people claim inspired the disappearance of American town called Gravity Falls. Not the cartoon. The place actually existed before it. In the summer of 1967, two siblings, Mark and Dina Pines, were sent to stay with their great-uncle, Harold Pines, in a remote forest in Oregon, officially listed as Gravity Falls. At the time, it was real town. Population just under 900, a school, a sheriff's office, a lumber mill. 3 weeks after arriving, Mark noticed loose floorboards beneath Harold's cabin. Under it was a leather-bound book wrapped in chains and animal hide. The pages were filled with symbols, rituals, and sketches of creatures that didn't match anything in biology books. When Harold saw the book, witnesses later said his hands started shaking. He only said one thing: they were never supposed to be let out. Within days, strange reports spread through Gravity Falls. Shadows moving without bodies, footprints that stopped mid-step, voices in the woods calling residents by name, and voices they trusted. On the final night of the summer, a violent storm hit the region. Every phone line went dead. Every road leading to the town collapsed. 2 days later, authorities reached the location and Gravity Falls was gone. Not burned, not flooded, and not destroyed. Gone. No buildings, no vehicles, and no bodies. Only untouched forest, as if nothing has ever been there ever before. Mark and Dana were found 40 miles away, wandering along a highway, dehydrated, disoriented, and unable to remember the town, the book, or their uncle. Within a year, Gravity Falls no longer appeared on any official US map. In the book, it was never recovered.
Dude, up north, the snow can get so bad. Like, even last week, we had, like, crazy snowstorm. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got, like, I think, like, 5 inches of snow. Like, it just gets bad up here sometimes. Like, even Buffalo, I'm pretty sure a couple years back, had, like, 6 foot of snow. Like, what?
In fact, after his first couple days of shooting The Grinch, Jim Carrey offered to return his $20 million salary plus interest because the makeup was so painful and annoying to wear it was giving him panic attacks. So the producers hired the founder of SEAL Team 6 to teach Jim advanced torture survival techniques. Jim Carrey told the makeup team he didn't want to look like a painted cat. He wanted to look like the Grinch from the books. But that meant he had to endure a grueling 8-hour process every day to put the makeup on. And due to the way the mask sat on his face, he could only breathe through his mouth and the glue ripped up his skin. The yak hair used to create the Grinch's fur was super itchy, but he couldn't itch because of the long fake fingers. And he was just super uncomfortable the entire time, leading to panic attacks. So they brought in Richard Marcinko, whose day job is to teach CIA agents and special ops soldiers how to withstand torture. And it worked. Jim Carrey was able to gain control over his mind, in addition to the fact that they got the makeup time down to 3 hours. But it was still a grueling film for Jim, spending over 92 days in costume.
When this guy was ordering food, the car behind him lost patience and started honking and yelling to finish the order quicker. But the guy keeps his cool, finishes his order, and rolls up to the next window. And the cashier goes, "Sir, your total's $14.50. And he says, "I'd like to pay for the car behind me too." Aw, that's so sweet. Cash or card? He pays, takes his receipt, and drives up to the next window. And the moment they hand him his food, he pulls out another receipt. And he says, "Actually, I've got another order too," and grabs both orders and leaves.
That's hilarious. That's kind of petty, I'm not gonna lie. That was a little bit funny.
So as of late, people who have been eating Chick-fil-A are saying that they are experiencing severe stomach pain, nausea, and digestive issues. Y'all don't understand, the food is not the same anymore. And it's not just one person. I've seen multiple testimonies of people saying the same thing. This is crazy, y'all. They're really messing with our livelihood.
You're eating Chick-fil-A in like the last 6 months to a year. Has it been hitting your stomach differently? I feel like my wife and I's stomach has been torn up, and it didn't used to be like that, but it is now consistently a problem every time we go, so it's like we can't even eat there anymore.
You seen Buddy's eyes? But this been going on for a year, y'all?
Hey, PSA, y'all better stop eating that Chick-fil-A, okay? People are getting sick. It's making y'all sick. There's something in that chicken. Chick-fil-A chicken is making y'all sick. You're gonna be sitting up throwing up. Chick-fil-A, something is wrong with it right now. In the last 3 or 4 days, numerous of people have been getting sick, and the only common denominator is Chick-fil-A.
When are we gonna admit that Chick-fil-A is now nasty? The chicken doesn't taste the same. It's nasty. I got a grilled chicken sandwich for the first time a couple weeks ago because it was free. I got a reward. Mind you, I tried this chicken sandwich years ago because my mom and my sister loved the sandwich. I tasted theirs. It was good. Now it tastes disgusting. I really believe they're using fake meat now.
Chick-fil-A has changed their chicken, so it's disgusting. I thought Chick-fil-A's chicken made me feel sick. I took one bite of the sandwich, and I'm not kidding you. I sat in line for about 50 minutes, which was like so not like Chick-fil-A, only to get this sandwich that tasted like rat meat, literal rat meat. What is going on? It was disgusting. I almost threw up. Not to be dramatic, but you know, I really don't want to sit and complain about something like this, but what is going on with Chick-fil-A, y'all?
Welcome to Chick-fil-A, home of the original chicken sandwich. Why don't you come inside and I will show you around.
Our experience starts here with the cashier. We have them trained to be the nicest so everyone feels good when ordering.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Here she is in all of her glory, the original chicken sandwich. Over 50 ingredients created right here in our Chick-fil-A labs.
It all starts with the chicken, the most important part. We've perfected the LGC, lab-grown chicken. So the trick is to take a little bit of DNA from this little guy here, and then we put it in some dishes to grow little guys like these. Pretty cool, right? Once fully grown, we give them their special blend shot that gets them ready for you, our blessed customers.
How did you think we had enough chicken for all of you people? Eat more chicken.
You know, I always did find it weird that a cow specialty was cooking chicken. But yeah, y'all, they're telling you right in your faces. With fast food going down, there's no way you should be eating these places, y'all. The shift is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's get it. Peace in.
That's crazy because Chick-fil-A was always looked at one of the better fast food places, but now, just like Subway, it's kind of getting exposed as not as good as people think it is. I mean, it makes sense because they're both mass production type companies.
The police have just issued a massive nationwide warning for anyone who has recently received a package delivered to your home address because of a new type of scam. So the process they're referring to is called a brushing scam. This is a process where you get a package delivered to your home address with a free product inside, but then in order to be able to figure out who it's from, you have to scan the QR code. But the whole point of this entire warning is to be able to let you know that you should absolutely never scan that QR code whatsoever. After you receive the information, you'll be pressed to be able to figure out exactly who sent the package to your address. But other than just the gift that's in the box, there's only going to be a piece of paper that has the QR code. And these scammers are even getting smart with using AI to be able to create this template that'll mimic looking exactly like an Amazon gift receipt. To be very clear, the only bad part is after you scan the QR code, it'll take you to a malicious link where it'll convince you that you need to put in more information to be able to see who it's from. Do not interact with anything on this website because all personal and financial information could be accessible just by being able to plug in your information here. I promise to keep you guys updated on the most important things happening in the news, so be sure to add me and come back tomorrow for another update.
They were at the mall when one of the mannequins caught their attention because while shopping, something about the display felt off. So they looked closer, and that's when they noticed the paint peeling away. But underneath it, it didn't look like plastic or rubber. According to her, it looked disturbingly real, like human skin. The video went completely viral, with many people online having dark thoughts about where those mannequins may have come from.
Imagine you're walking late at night, completely alone, and suddenly you see this. This short clip went viral online for a very unsettling reason. At first glance, it looks like just a woman walking home, but security footage captured something no one can fully explain. The woman was heading down a dim, empty street when a tiny creature stepped out of the shadows and began walking directly toward her. Not a child, not an animal, but something else. A dwarf-like figure, barely the height of her knee, moving with an unnatural confidence as if it recognized her. She froze, didn't scream, didn't run, just stood there, paralyzed, as this thing approached her in complete silence. Researchers online began comparing the creature to mythological beings from different cultures. Latin America's duende, Ireland's leprechauns, Scandinavian trollfolk, and even the Filipino duende, small supernatural entities said to appear only to people chosen for a message or a warning. Some users believe the creature is harmless. Others insist it's a bad omen, a spirit tied to abandoned places or crossroads at night. Here is the footage again, but slowed down, so you can see the moment it appears. Stop video, Alina. So now the question is, what exactly did this woman meet that night? A myth made real? A spirit? A creature not yet documented? Tell me what you think in the comments, and follow me or we'll never see each other again.
I don't know, that video gave me kind of like AI fake vibes, because like I was looking at it and you can see like it looked a little bit like AI video, you know what I'm saying? And when the girl stopped and looked at it, she didn't really stop and give an emotion. She just like robotically just like looked at it and walked past it. Didn't even look back to see like what the hell is that? Like,
Yup, this will be your last dire warning for New Year's Eve, and not only will our lives be taken by midnight, but we need to beg God for forgiveness or burn forever. People are terrified after almost every major city around the world has announced full cancellation of New Year's Eve events, and what's about to happen cannot be stopped, with biblical verse Revelation 6:4 warning of when a rider on a red horse, symbolizing sacrifice and war, comes through, it will take peace from this earth, leading to the slaughter of mankind. With the FBI just arresting 4 men that had explosive materials set all over California to go off at exactly midnight. And many believe there might be hundreds to tens of thousands of more people that are planning this exact thing just to go off in a few days around the world. Cities in France, Japan, Serbia, Australia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Italy, and more have canceled activities entirely. And cities like New York, Berlin, and London have announced the same possibility or very heightened security. And what happens that night might turn into a global event. So do you think these cities are being too cautious or not enough?
Bro, with the crazy stuff going around the world nowadays, I feel like we're not cautious enough, if I'm being honest.
Here's the thing, I got a call, and the call, was like, hey, this thing happened. I said, okay, wonderful news. And I was told on the call, the president at that time, he's going to make his speech in 20 minutes. So 20 minutes goes by, and about the 25th minute, I tweet this. Then I get a second call, and the call is, yeah, the president didn't go on yet.
If you step on a red velvet ant, your shoe will bounce right off. You see, this ant is actually a wingless wasp, and its exoskeleton is so hard it can survive being crushed. But it also has the longest stinger of any insect relative to its body, which it can use over and over without breaking, injecting venom so painful it's called the cow killer.
This video of P. Diddy and Ashton Kutcher did not age well.
Without whom I wouldn't be here, so thank you. And I also just want to thank everyone who voted for me, and MTV, of course, and to all the ringworms out there. I just want to say
So good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer.
That girl should not be at a Diddy after party. Not just a normal party, he said the after party. What the hell is going on with Diddy, bro? Diddy might be the new Epstein, because that's wild, bro.
Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming is one of the most remarkable and beautiful places on Earth. Not only is it renowned for its biodiversity, it's also home to one of the world's so-called supervolcanoes. This supervolcano sits atop one of the world's largest magma bodies fueled by an upwelling plume of superheated material. This dynamic and violent subterranean plumbing means the water bodies at the surface, the famous Yellowstone hot springs, are highly acidic and incredibly hot. If you were to ignore the countless warnings around these hot springs telling you to stay away, do not go in the hot springs, if you were to ignore those and go in one, or more accurately, fall in one, this is what would happen to you. First, your body would register that your skin was bathing in waters exceeding 200 degrees Fahrenheit. This would hurt like nothing you can possibly imagine, but it would only hurt as long as your nervous system was able to register pain, which would only be for about 1 minute or less. At this temperature, your skin would begin to quickly break down and disintegrate, and your blood vessels in your underlying dermis would rupture, causing rapid blood loss. Some underlying skin layers would not break down, but they would lose all of their water and become tough and blacken. And your underlying subcutaneous fat would bubble off as well. All in all, this is known as a full thickness burn, and it would occur in about 1 minute in these waters. Your nervous system would enter a state of shock and become irreversibly damaged, which would lead to to most, if not all, of your organs to fail if the heat stress has not already done that to you. You would be dead within 2 to 3 minutes, and then at that point, the acidity of the water would take over. Within a few hours, your body, including your skeleton, would be completely dissolved into absolute nothingness. And for anyone who falls in but manages to climb out again before being dissolved, they are not out of the woods. Many of those people, unfortunately, will die hours, days, months later due to complications from the burns. On June 7, 2016, Colin Scott and his sister Sable went to Yellowstone to see the famous hot springs. The siblings were exploring the Norris Geyser Basin, which is the park's oldest and hottest thermal area, when they decided to leave the safety of the boardwalk and walk past all the signs telling them, do not leave the boardwalk, this is dangerous, turn around. They decided to walk past all of those and venture out off the course. They walked approximately 200 meters away from the path to the edge of a hot spring that was not really part of the main tour, and they were just standing there when Colin apparently tripped and fell into the hot spring. And his sister was just not able to do anything. She knew she couldn't go in after him, and he very quickly sunk below the surface and didn't come up again. She ran back to try to get help, but by the time they got back to the edge of the hot spring, he was gone. And in fact, the only thing they would find of Colin Scott was his flip-flops. Since 1890, Colin Scott, along with 21 other people, have died by falling into these hot springs.
The Vault 7 was a WikiLeaks gave to a massive series of leaks released in March 2017, but detailing what every conspiracy person has ever talked about, but it's factual. It's how the CIA has no issue hacking into your phone, your computer, using your microphone, using your camera, and even your smart TVs. Then it also came out with new or modern vehicles. They can hack into your vehicle and control your vehicle. This journalist, Michael Hastings, was an award-winning investigative journalist. The CIA, the Pentagon, intelligence communities, and government contractors all despise Michael Hastings because he would do this insane investigative journalism and expose all the corruption that was happening. Hastings was working on a story involving CIA Director John Brennan. The key points of it was Brennan's role in drone strikes, extrajudicial killings, CIA spying on journalists, and quote, the Obama administration's war on whistleblowers. He was telling his friends and stuff, he's like, I feel like the FBI and the CIA, they're trying to get me. And at one point, he even asked his neighbor, he's like, can I borrow your car for a little while? Because I feel like they're going to do something to my vehicle. Within like a week after asking his neighbor that, he died of a car crash.
Oh my gosh.
So he was in a Mercedes. They said all of a sudden it accelerated to over 100 miles an hour and slammed straight into a palm tree. They said the car basically just disintegrated.
Gone. Just had an unfortunate driving accident.
So that video of Clavicular running over a stream sniper is one of the worst videos I've seen recently, and it's not just because you can literally hear the guy getting crushed by a fucking Cybertruck, but the amount of people defending Clavicular is honestly insane. Like, this guy was not using any logical judgment whatsoever. One of the passengers in the car asked Clavicular immediately after, is he dead, referring to the person who got run over, and Clavicular said, hopefully. I don't know if it's because he's risen to internet fame so quickly over the past few months or if it's something else, but it looks like he thinks he's playing Grand Theft Auto in real life, acting as if his actions have zero consequences. But at the same time, you have all of these people who are obsessed with Clavicular trying to say that the stream sniper deserved it because he was jumping on the truck. To me, it seems like these people are trying to justify somebody getting brutally run over because they refuse to admit that the guy they watch on the internet has done anything wrong. And if you want to be funny about it, you can call it meat riding, but this is textbook parasocial behavior and it's an actual problem. Live streamers like Clavicular and Jack Doherty are showing young men that it is normal and acceptable to act like a piece of shit. I've said it before, but that shit will do generational damage and we cannot let it become any more normalized.
Yeah, I did end up seeing that video, and yeah, it was kind of stupid. Like, I don't know, like I get the guy was jumping on your hood and jumping on your car, but to run him over is a little bit intense.
Thank you all for watching.